And we are filming
30?
episode number 30, my podcast, His Man Cave. I'm Glenn Stewart, that's Johnny Gates, and in-house we have the wonderful Molly Hiers.
Hey.
Comedian extraordinaire.
Comedian. I hate hi guys.
No, you should
Take
totally.
the damn compliment.
No.
Jesus
The
Christ.
only reason I did that, honestly, is I saw a fucking battle about that where female comics like, quit calling us comedians.
It's annoying. It's
fucking
cringy.
annoying. Yeah.
That's actually a thing?
It's
Yeah.
excessive.
I've never heard it.
Comedian. People will correct themselves when they talk to me about anything. They'll be like, "So you're a comedian?" Wait, a comedian. And I'm like, "No, just
a comedian.
you had it right the first time. Keep going. Don't make this pit stop. We don't need it."
It almost sounds like the Vanilla Ice variation. Like there's not much difference to comedian and comedian. You know, it's doom, 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 doom. It's not the same.
Yeah, well,
Vanilla Ice.
I think that
argument.
what it boiled down to is they were trying to make it more feminine. Honestly,
I mean,
okay. That's really, I think.
Whatever you want. I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, I didn't make it. I didn't invent it.
Creates more of like an implied divide between men and women in comedy.
Well, there's
And
But isn't that the idea behind
We're seen as
everything?
lesser anyway,
Well,
so it's like that doesn't help.
I'm really glad that she's here because there ain't a lot of being a female comic is difficult as shit.
How do you know?
Because
Tell us more about it, Glenn.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I do a lot of featuring and working with female comics that are headliners. You would know about that because you don't leave your fucking garage. Anyway, that being said.
Oh, that's so... This is going to be fun.
This is going to be me.
Because she's never going to come back.
Oh, she'll be back.
No, she'll be back for the Two Guys, Two Hoots podcast.
Oh, yeah, well, that's different.
Yeah, that's
She's
a way
back-
better
Two
podcast.
guys, two what?
Two Guys, Two Hoots. It's this other podcast that I've heard of. Man, it's so funny. It's so great.
Yeah, except
these
she'll
two
be
guys.
sleeping through it.
It's these two guys and something. I guess they give two hoots about. I don't know, but it's hilarious. It's
Two
great.
Sounds
hoots.
wild.
Two hoots.
I might give two hoots about that.
See, doesn't that sound fun?
We barely gave 3 hoots before you're like, I'm sleepy.
I hate it when mommy and daddy fight.
I think he's fighting with you right this second.
No. Anyway, no. What I was talking about is like I've seen several instances where, like we used to. Yeah, did you ever meet Sarah? No, you didn't. Sarah Spooner. Sarah had this thing where she's little and tiny and cute and adorable, and she'd get on stage and her jokes were always morbid and horrible, but she would say I'm so cute because she really played on that whole they think I've got a vagina. So I'm going to play it off as cute, and then she'd just sock him in the fucking gut with this horrible, I hope you're, claw your vagina out and shit. It was really...
That's beautiful.
She's a wonderful creature. But
What's
my
her
point
name?
is Sarah Spooner. She has a great comedy name. Now she's a real estate agent in Dallas. She's the one I moved out to California with.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What was the fireman's name I saw today? Les McBurney.
I saw that shit.
yeah.
Les McBurney.
Les McBurney.
How appropriate.
Yes, absolutely.
I guess we don't follow the same things on Facebook, guys.
No, I just stroll through the internet and just looking at shit is what I do. That's why I look at these weird articles about, there was a really weird one that I read today, and I can't think of what it was. I did stumble across the porno musical. It's a musical where it's this porno guy and porno chick singing about, what was it called? A Step Away. And it's about stepbrother and stepsister porn. And it's fucking hilarious.
Molly, do you watch porn? No.
Was that in any relation to Alice in Wonderland, the musical porno?
No. But now
I have no idea, to be honest.
Now I'm going to have to look at that. I'm one of those
This was
people.
more like an advertisement, commercial parody joke thing. And it was about stepbrother and stepsister porn.
After the recording, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm writing a musical, but it'll be either a career ender or a career blow up crazy because everybody will just love me for the novelty. But you're gonna love it.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I've been writing it for about 3 years now.
Can you give us
What?
the name?
No.
What can you tell us about it, Glenn? I'm excited.
Let's just say it's written to the music of Grease.
What?
Like the same, like, do you change the words?
Yes.
Okay.
All of the words are...
But it's the same rhythm and the same songs, but just it's a Weird Al. Well, you use the same rhythm and everything. Change
Imagine...
parody.
I'll tell y'all later. because the thing is I don't want to ruin it.
But you're writing it, so you're already halfway there. See what I did there?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
That
I
was
made a joke about him being terrible.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah, fuck you, Glenn.
Thank you. Get on
Got
board.
him. I brought my best singers tonight.
Oh, you reading? All right.
I'm always
Let's go.
reading.
Let's do it.
So basically our generic questions. No, I'm just kidding. What got you into comedy there, Molly?
Balls.
Well, I've always loved watching stand-up. Like, I grew up, that was what I'd come home from school and watch. I'd turn on Comedy Central and wait for specials to come on. And people have been telling me to write it for, like, I've had that suggestion a lot of times in my life. And when I was, like, 21, I finally started writing comedy. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know how writing a set went. I was just acting like I had an hour-long Netflix special and just writing as much as I could. And after about a year of that, I decided I didn't know where to go to perform anything, so I decided to put a show on myself at Bears. And I just really fell in love with it from there. And I had to take like this Netflix special length shit that I had written and like chop it up into bits because I had to put a show on, so I had to host. And so
So you just threw yourself right into hosting.
yeah.
That's the second one that's done it. Like, I mean, like Jared was telling us when he was here, that's how he got into it, was hosting.
Did he start his own show too? Like
Mhm.
that? That's fucking awesome.
But in Tyler, no, it is badass.
Because there's not much in the way of comedy here as far as venues for us to do it in.
Right. And so
And to grab the bull by the horns like that. I mean, I've called a couple people, but I don't ever get any calls back. And I claim that I'm so busy, but I just get sidetracked and forget, to be honest with you.
well, I got
And like
really
that's what
lucky.
I meant by, excuse me for interrupting, that's what I meant by being lazy and not doing my best a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
Is, there's way more that we all could be doing, me especially, but that's fucking awesome that you were able to do that and did it.
Well, she's got a good reputation for that. I mean, everybody's giving her a lot of credit for revitalizing it. And the thing was, I didn't know about her. I had come back from California and it was practically dead. Next thing you know, I hear that there's an open mic. And I was like, well, that's fucking great because we needed one. But we used to have like 6. And the thing, what's really funny is I got into it and I was doing open mics and then nobody was pushing for shows. And then I put myself like you did in that spot of I'm going to host and run, but we were running like 3 or 4. And then getting people to show up to 1 is difficult. Getting to them
Right.
to show up to fucking 5 a week is
Now, is that comics or
comics.
comics?
Yeah, see, the thing is and I'm going to say this because I don't give a fuck. Because I think you might agree or disagree. I don't know. You might be indifferent, but the way I see it is simple. Comics bitch about not having shows, and then they don't show the fuck up whenever we get them.
Guilty.
Oh, man, I want to do this work. Oh, God, I want to go. Oh, we're doing one at 9. 9? I'm not going to be there.
100% guilty.
Now, like the last one at Bears, I didn't show up because I had a graduation.
Well, a lot of people's jaws will drop when I tell them that the show starts at 9. But anytime I've tried to have anything before the sun goes down, it's just not the same kind of vibe. People don't want to go laugh at shameful shit with the sun up before it's early enough to have a few drinks.
You know,
So,
Well,
like-
what that Petroleum Club show is, and I know that's a completely different venue, but
That's
that
like-
Petroleum Club show seems to do pretty good.
That's like a country club, though.
Right, but it's open to the public. So is it just country club people?
It's
Or
mostly members, but we have a good amount of ticket sales. We have both of them. The first one had more ticket sales, completely sold out. The second one was pretty close, but it was more members.
right?
And that does help us get like an early daytime show in. And like Glenn and I did a show a few months ago at a library at 3:30 in the afternoon, and
How'd
that
that
might
go?
have been the weirdest show ever. But like,
And we didn't fuck up.
nope, I
Clyde
was so
did.
proud of
Clyde
us.
did.
How did Clyde fuck up?
Clyde's the only one that said a registered cuss word.
Which one did he say? I already forgot.
I don't know, but it was enough to make Keys just...
Well, that doesn't take much. Though, from what I've been told.
No. Well,
Like, I
she
don't
told
know-
us,
I don't know if
she
he's at
sent
all
me a
done that,
message and said, hey, do you want to do a clean show? And I'm like, how clean? And then she's like, my version of clean. I'm like, oh, where's the fucking fun in that? Like, because you know me. And then it was really funny because she goes, well, Molly's going to do it. I'm like, oh, man, we're about to eat shit.
I panicked. I panicked when I signed up for it because I'd been doing comedy for 2 years and I did not have 10 clean minutes. Like I had to write a whole new set pretty quickly, but we didn't fuck it up, and we were the two everyone was banking on. No one was ready for Clyde to do it.
Yeah, they were banking that it was going to be me and her. It's great.
I heard there's video of that, but I've never been able to see it. Didn't you say?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but she's got it private.
Well,
but Keith sent me the link to mine. But yeah, the show went over pretty well. There were all like 13 people there, but it was a good crowd, you know, because there's a difference between crowds that are on your side and crowds that are like, I dare you to make me laugh, like I'm challenging you. And that was just very much a crowd that was on the comedian side, like they wanted to laugh.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. We've talked about it several times about you. You have a little following of very good friends of yours. And the beautiful part is I have witnessed, because I was telling Johnny on the way to come pick you up, I said, I have seen them. If they feel that she took offense, they will fucking turn like you've never seen. They will, it'll be 30 people that are all pro Molly and will fucking turn the fuck on whatever just came on that stage. What's really funny is I've not suffered that ridicule. Because I was telling him I felt really guilty because I always fucked with you, just fucking around. And then a lot of other people went, oh, well, if Glenn can do it, we should all do it. And then it became 12 people just shitting on you.
Just back to back. It's all shitting on me and talking about my boobs.
And then she gets up there and says, quit talking about my boobs. And then I go, okay, well, she's done with that. We're done. I quit doing it. And I was telling you the sad part is nobody else was like, oh, we took his example to take a shit, but we did not take an example to stop.
To wipe.
Like, I mean, as soon as she was like, nope, I'm done, I'm like, ah, well, because, I mean, that's just common courtesy, you know?
So that's what that night at the Bears, that's where all that stemmed from.
When I told everyone why I wouldn't fuck them? Yeah. That was a great show. I was proud of that intro.
Yeah, no, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I don't know. I'm so new to this shit. I don't know the backstory behind a lot of this stuff.
Well, I mean,
I do know the Joel Roberts incident. I love bringing that shit up just for the look on his face right there.
Yeah. That whole thing was real funny. I was completely on the outside, neutral, Switzerland.
Joel. And a smile.
I invited him to be on the show.
I know. I'd love for him to come on.
He will not come.
He won't do it?
We don't know it. He hadn't responded, right?
No, he's read it. He read it
he
like...
didn't respond.
It doesn't matter.
He also just had a baby.
Doesn't mean he won't
did he?
do it.
Yeah.
It just means he has
Does the baby wear board shorts too?
Congratulations.
I just need to know.
I hope so.
On
The
your
little
baby.
tiniest board shorts.
That's cute.
Just
that
little,
actually sounds adorable.
Just little
with a little button up. With a little button up. Oh man, that's cute as shit.
Yeah, just
I'd like to buy my cat the tiniest board shorts and like an itty bitty polo shirt and pop the
collar.
Are you a cat
on lady?
Just a little bit. I am now. I've always been a dog person, but I just adopted a little rescue cat. She's 10 years old and her name is Mr. Spuds.
Mr. Spuds.
And she's my best friend in the world, and now I'm a cat lady and I'm trying to not adopt 5 more.
The automatic litter machine.
That is what we were talking about.
It is a fucking game changer, and I didn't get to...
You guys are such dads.
I'm going to tell you right now.
How am I a dad?
Oh, man.
I'm over here chain smoking like I'm trying to die of something.
I grew up in Houghton. That looks like family to me.
Well, thank God.
Smells like Thanksgiving.
Thank God. Oh, it smells like Grandma's house.
No, but look, I bought a self-scooping litter box, and it's round, and it spins, and it kicks the shit into this bucket, and you dump the bucket. When you think about it, it don't stink. It don't smell like cat litter. I don't have to worry about it. It uses the tiniest bit of cat litter, and you can use, as long as you use clumpable cat litter, it's fucking fantastic. Or teach that bitch how to shit in the toilet, because people do that too.
See, my cat's so scared of everything that's not my room and me that I'm not sure how that would go over.
Oh, and you have to keep the litter box in your room too?
Yup.
Dude, get you a man. I think that one that I bought was...
Get you a man.
Yeah, get you a
that
man.
Was so, that was so
yeah,
fucking... That is not...
Big strong man to change the litter.
Get you a fella that's trying to earn his fucking keep.
Need me a freak like that.
$69 or $79. $69. And it was worth every fucking penny of it. I promise you. Y'all are laughing at the self-cleaning litter box.
No, we're laughing at Johnny's Tech Corner. Bidets.
Oh, dude.
Shitters. Now, look, we are not talking shit. We invited her for a reason.
Oh, did we? So we're not going to talk about my bidet incident that I told y'all was hilarious?
Okay, I really need to know about it, though.
Come on. It's fantastic.
Glenn, come
So,
on.
fuck him. It's my man cave, so he can eat a dick. So, I'm new to a bidet. You use one?
Yes.
You have? Okay.
On vacations.
Okay, well, I got one in my motherfucking bathroom.
Every day's a vacation.
This is like the 5th podcast in a row he's mentioned this bidet.
It's fucking fantastic.
That's all he talks about is spraying water into his asshole.
So, now
everyone
that
has their kinks, don't kink shame him.
Speaking of in your asshole.
Now, I don't understand the shaming.
Oh, here we go.
No, like everything is a fucking kink shame, hoe shame, slut shame.
Am I being...
No, you're not.
Bidet shame?
No, you're not being bidet shamed. I promise
I would never
you.
bidet shame you.
No, cat litter box shame never either. No,
Well, I wouldn't shame y'all for
getting ahead
not
of the
getting
time.
one or getting
I wasn't
one.
shaming y'all by calling y'all dads. I just feel like one of y'all is about to start calling me sport or champ at some point.
For the rest of this podcast,
Hey, Slugger, settle down.
Big guy.
just go over there and
Hey there,
punch her
pal.
in the shoulder.
Hold on there, buddy.
You were saying?
So anyway,
butt rockets.
I'm still new to the bidet, and the other day I guess I sat down on it differently than I normally do, and the bidet shot, I don't know, roughly I don't know, half a gallon of water up in my asshole. Dude, it was fucking retarded.
Is that not the proper amount?
Hold on a second. What I'm saying is...
What I'm wondering is
hold on,
why
look,
your fucking asshole sits there agape for any amount of time.
I sat down oddly or something, because when I turned it on, I got filled up with water, and I immediately turned it off and was like, holy shit, and my body recognized it, and I shit out all that water like it was a fucking water faucet. Dude, it was the fucking craziest shit I've ever experienced in my life. And I was in tears laughing so hard in the bathroom when it happened.
Who the fuck?
Love my bidet.
The only time that I've ever seen an asshole stay agaped is off of Pornhub.
No, there's the only
Tell
thing that
me
comes
I'm wrong,
out of my
Molly.
ass.
I'm just so happy to be here today, guys.
Dude, I'm sorry, but that shit, I was in tears laughing at what had just happened. It was fantastic. It was funny as fuck. So, all right, back to your notebook. Unless you want to talk about Snoop Dogg and Gayle King getting into it.
No, I don't care about all that.
I saw it today. I thought it was weird.
Well, no, I mean, that, yeah, I'm sure that has wonderful place in society.
He called her a bitch
Well, who wouldn't?
and said, quit talking or we going to come get you.
I'm really sad that he did that because Gail's like Oprah's bestie.
Wait, what did she do?
She had
She's
an interview.
Oprah's bestie.
She had an interview.
That's enough.
That was put out, or something was put out yesterday or today, that she was talking to a WNBA player and brought up Kobe's death and his rape accusations, and people lost their shit over her asking that question, and that Snoop Dogg was one of them, and he was like, bitch, you need to quit running your motherfucking mouth or we gonna come get you.
Damn, that's not very Snoop Lion of him.
No, he was pretty upset about it.
I didn't like the Snoop Lion thing.
Snoop Lion.
The minute
What was that? Like, we just
I
kind of
know.
let that happen, and then we all
There's a lot of
agreed
shit.
to act like we forgot
year was
about
that?
it.
There's a lot
It
of
was
shit,
like
Molly,
2012.
that they let shit happen. Like now, a friend of mine sent me, I think it was like it was an entire article where bisexual people cannot call themselves bisexual anymore if they don't want to also have sex with people that have had gender modification. So they cannot call themselves what they've been calling themselves forever because they choose not to engage in sexual relations with someone who is trans.
Where did you read this?
No, he sent me the article. I'll send it to you. But it was just like it was basically talking about all the letters they're adding on to LG, just constant.
Right.
More consonants and vowels.
Well, I mean, what else has been added? Because the only thing I've ever heard of is LGBTQ.
Oh no, it's gotten a little longer. But I mean, the thing is
Has
it offended him because he is bi. And and he got super pissed. He goes, it doesn't make me a bad person. It's just a preference. And
that's everything about gender and sexuality is a spectrum, and there's so many just different murky gray areas for everything to be. I don't think anything can be summed up that black and white.
Right.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, gender can be. Like, gender in itself. I mean, there's...
Oh, is that what we're doing on the podcast tonight?
Oh, no, I'm not trying to be...
No.
I'm just... I mean, I'll back off. I didn't mean nothing like that.
Oh, no, not like that. I just feel like that's a real heavy area for that to go to.
Well, no, the reason the reason I brought that up is because I watched an interview with Ian McKellen and, Gandalf. And Gandalf gives this wonderful speech about we shouldn't have so many titles as much as we should just love human beings for being human beings, regardless of what they identify.
I mean, you should love people regardless of that, but those identities are really important for some people, and I don't know, there's self-discovery that comes with that, and it can be relieving to be able to compartmentalize it sort of and make sense of it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having that identity.
No, absolutely not. And I wasn't saying that either. But I just disagree that there's gray areas when it comes to gender specifically.
And I'm not going to
male,
lie.
female.
That's part of the reason I was super stoked that you were going to be on here, because you do have very good opinions and very good points about these things where you're opening eyes to people to look at all perspectives, because it's your approach and your very open-mindedness about it, but you have a good way of approaching people that don't understand it. So I do think that it is important to talk about. But but here at this table, no, there ain't no judgment going around here.
No.
But a lot of it is we don't, like for instance, the other night we had Aiden on the show, and he gave a definition, and of course my roommate, beautiful gay Filipino.
Gabs.
Sweet
Where
baby
is he
Gab.
tonight, by the way?
I didn't have time to run home and get him.
Gotcha.
He doesn't have a vehicle. Pretentious little son of a bitch. But he, on the way home, he's like, I didn't want to correct him because he's on camera, but this is the actual definition.
What was it that...
The pansexual.
Was it pansexual? What's the actual definition of pansexual?
According to him, it's not gender or species.
I thought we looked it up.
Pansexual does not species. That's not a thing.
It's not a canine thing.
So my thing is like
dogs and turtles.
Kitchenware, absolutely, but not animals.
Not animals.
Spatulas.
Well, I didn't assume.
Turtles, no.
Pots. Yeah, turtles, no. Fuck turtles. I told Glenn that before we started.
Let me go ahead and tell you. One of these days, I'm going to get you to come hang out at the house, and we'll watch The Great Outdoors, and you're going to love it. And then you can introduce yourself to all these turtles, and you're like, fuck them.
Well,
it's sea turtles you hate with your
What's
straws.
What's up with turtles, man? What's with the drive-by on turtles, girl?
I don't have a problem with turtles. I was just telling...
She was telling me that fuck the environment. She's going to drink out of a straw because fuck the turtles.
No,
that was her exact word.
Now that I can fucking respect.
Glenn, thank you.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a good friend. Glenn was talking about how he's bad to the environment with the paper he wastes, and I was trying to make him feel less alone by saying, here, friend, I too am flawed, for I, friend, drink from a straw. Fuck the turtles. I got a little enthusiastic at the end. If you want
to know an argument I will always stay quiet on is whenever we get into the subject of carbon footprints, because I waste paper like a son of a bitch. I race cars.
You do waste paper.
That have no exhaust on them. It's just blowing fucking greenhouse gases everywhere. My carbon footprint is atrocious.
He sits out on his back porch and just sprays aerosol cans at
the
sky,
just fucking, just blowing fucking flames. That's all I do.
Something wrong with it.
Whenever I'm not doing podcasts, I'm at the house just taking a shit in Mother Nature's face.
And fuck this tree and fuck this bush in particular.
You know what's weird, though, is I'm really strangely defensive of most animals. Because it's...
But fuck their house.
Well, I was joking. I don't do that.
Man,
but it was the race cars.
Don't lie to me.
The worst thing that I've ever seen was there was a rabbit ran across the racetrack, and all these people scattered, and I did not.
They dodged it?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Smoked it right there.
Man.
In front of everybody. These little kids were like, "Oh, Thumper's dead." And I'm
my God.
I was training
Thumper.
a dude. That was, that's the right appropriate name for a rabbit.
In all reality, it's a racetrack, and you're an animal with a heightened sense of hearing. There's no reason why you should have gotten lost.
Or anywhere near it.
At that point.
That thing was sick.
It is. Oh. Who? No, but a lot of people have given you a lot of credit with revitalizing it. And I think you do a lot for it. My favorite thing that I get from you doing comedy is this never-ending supply of instant messages where people are going, I thought whenever you put us on a show together, I thought you and Molly hated each other. And I'm like, why? Because I don't know if you've ever openly said, I fucking hate that guy.
No, we have a repertoire, but like I always feel like most people get it, and then enough people ask why we hate each other so much that I guess no one gets it.
Because I remember, like, there was that night that guy tried to roast you, and I was on the front porch. Like, several people had already told me, well, we know you hate Molly. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You would know if I hated Molly.
And like, we've never felt that way.
Mm-mm. Anyway,
so how did it start?
What? I think it's because
we're both shit talkers.
There's that, and I think it's because a lot of people, and I'm gonna be honest, I keep a lot of shit in as far as like my personal beliefs on shit.
Get a bidet, man. Let that shit out.
Yeah, well,
cleanse your soul and cleanse your.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, I just don't.
You're on to something.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we're gonna be rich, guys. You heard it here first.
I don't think truth. I'm sorry. I'll tell y'all that in a minute. Sorry.
But no, what I was saying is like with like you're people put too much in like political views, social views, and they assume because of my comedy, which is not written in a place of meanness or hateful, spiteful malice. It's normally, like you said earlier when we were talking, you're just trying to prove how stupid the argument is that you're talking about. It's just me just proving that the point is really, we're wasting energy. And so anyway, I think they think that me and you are so conflicting, but what's really funny is every time we've done a show together, it's been fine. Like, I mean...
No, we did the Petroleum Club together the first time, and you did so much crowd work, and you roasted me a little, and I was laughing the whole time. And the second time we went to the Petroleum Club, Jennifer, the event coordinator, was like, Glenn's coming back. He's funny, but he's so mean to you. Why is he so mean? Is he going to be that mean to you? And I was like, no, he's not that... I didn't think anything of it.
Well, I mean...
I only remember him doing it, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. When Molly throws out a jab that I'm unfuckable.
Or she calls you, what is it? Chris Far Less Funny?
That is probably...
Yeah!
Yes! I hate Chris Far Less Funny. With a fiery...
I love it.
Do you hate it more or less than Keith Phil James Hetfield?
I hate both of them.
It's fucking great.
The main reason is because, like, first of all...
Sorry.
You know... It's Metallica. She makes fun of us for being old, and she's like,
She makes fun of us for being old, but she likes the Migos. Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Get out of here!
Shit.
Do you do sketch or anything, or is it just stand up?
I've been branching out a little bit lately. I started just doing stand up. I did like theater in high school, but improv was never my thing. But doing stand-up, you kind of have to be able to improv some. So I took an improv class a few times recently. I haven't been, like, super dedicated to it. I've been doing that. I've been making some videos with Fairfield Studios. Have y'all seen the life hack videos?
Yes.
No.
But
I
the
will.
boiling hot water on the car.
Yeah.
On the window, yeah.
We made like 7 of those just to see if people liked them. Like the guys from Fairfield, Clint and John, they're buddies of mine. And Clint hit me up just like, we do a fun video at the end of the year that's just for fun. Like, but if you wanted to come do this life hack thing. And we had so much fun making it in the studio. And I mean, I was just yelling and being dumb the whole time. But I got to let that out somewhere, which was cool. And we decided to see how people liked them. And the response has been pretty good. So we just made like probably 11 or 12 more a few days ago that are going to start being released soon.
Yeah, your body language and all that is what's funny to me. Is because you're like so unsure of...
I felt like I was channeling some of my favorite Will Ferrell moments, I think.
Yeah. No,
I think that's what was going through my head when I was doing that. I love Will Ferrell
hadn't seen any of them
shamelessly.
Yeah, they keep Facebook or YouTube? Facebook.
I'm not gonna
It's
lie
a
to you.
YouTube link.
If I see
It
them,
might be popping up on here. I can't remember where I watch them at.
but I will give it a.
They're like 45-second videos.
Yeah, they're
Glenn.
not
Give
long.
me the
Oh,
time.
yeah,
Oh wow!
They're quick and
You
easy.
know, I mean, I gotta have something to do. You know.
Yeah, we just made a few more of those. So I've been doing stuff like that. I'm working on a new kind of show at Bears that's inspired by... Have y'all seen Jimmy Fallon's Mad Libs Theater?
Yes.
I've not.
Okay, they do sketches where he'll have a celebrity like Benedict Cumberbatch come in and fill in a bunch of Mad Libs blanks, and then they'll act out the skit very seriously and in character, but it's really funny. So I'm doing a show like that soon at Bears where some of the local comedians are going to act it out.
The kids love Mad Libs.
It's going to be a fundraiser for a nonprofit in town, but there's going to be more details later.
Nice.
And I've started teaching a class for just this session right now at the Renzi Center.
What kind of class?
I'm teaching how to write stand-up comedy. So the Renzi Center's an after-school program that focuses really heavily on kids in the Highland area, and they can go take different extracurriculars after school. There's like pottery and painting and cooking classes and computer design. And I didn't realize how much cool stuff they were doing there till I started this class last week. But I'm there through the end of March, and I have a class of middle schoolers for about an hour and then a class of high schoolers for about an hour.
How many kids you got?
There's 2 kids in my middle school class and 4 in the high school class right now, which is kind of average-ish. It's a small class, but it gives me time to kind of work one-on-one with them and figure out how to talk to kids and like get them to focus, because I've never worked with kids before, so this is a new challenge.
I'm sure it is.
Teaching is new to me, so...
I used to teach.
I wouldn't want to learn anything from you, Glenn. What did you teach?
I taught the GED program at Bipsy. I had 35 students.
They trusted you? I'm impressed. How'd it go?
It went great. That's what I went to college for, was to become a teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you've taught me so much, Glenn.
Oh, shit.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. If you look at our messages between one another, I am the most supportive fucking person in your corner.
No, I have learned a lot from you, and you've taught me a little bit about putting my foot down to get paid for shows. And that's been helpful.
Yeah. Because
we got paid the last time.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. That was so nice the first time. I was like, what do you mean they didn't pay? I was more mad that they didn't pay her. The fuck do you mean they didn't pay you? I was like, you get in there and you fucking tell those rich son of bitches that you get your money.
I wasn't expecting anything. I'll do it. Fucking, hey, what? Huh?
Neither do we. That's why we bring you.
That's fine.
Just expect bare minimum.
And I'll drive.
That's true.
And I will drive.
We had a lot of fun. We went to Mount Pleasant, but we went with Tony.
How far of a drive is that?
2 hours.
Long enough for the 3 of us to all get to know each other a lot better.
Oh, God. I can't imagine what that car was like.
On the ride there, it was pretty quiet. Nobody really talked. Everybody was kind of in their own zone trying to get ready for the show, so conversation was minimal. Ride back, we had a blast, laughing and joking. We had all 3 of us did pretty well.
And Jared.
No, Jared ate shit.
No, I'm saying and
Oh,
Jared.
man. Jared Jordan?
Yeah.
He even said he ate shit.
Well,
when you know, you know. Like.
So, no, it wasn't bad, but we had a blast, and the ride back was, we were cutting up.
How did the show go?
The show went well, yeah. There was not a lot of people. What's his name said there was 8
people.
And I think if I recalled the count right, I think there was probably total staff and all 20, I thought 20, 23 people.
Yeah.
27 people, something like that.
8 that came to watch comedy.
Right.
You know.
Kyle had hit me up to do that show, but since I'm not
mobile
right now, I didn't know.
Just jump in the truck.
I didn't think to ask who else was getting booked or anything, so I'm going to have to holler at him.
Are you kidding me? My Kia gets 33 miles the gallon. By the way, I do want you a part of some stuff. I'm going to be doing that college bar in Ruston.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Dog House. And I'm sure that they'd enjoy some of that Molly humor.
Some of this feminine energy?
Well, I bring a lot of feminine energy.
I think you bring more than I do.
I was actually talking to my cousin about that. She's like, what do you do for your face? And I'm like, well, I do sugar scrubs and anti-wrinkle creams and serums. And
oh, you're like that.
Oh, yeah, I
love
do
it.
Manis, petties. I'm
mad respect.
Yeah.
Love a pedicure.
You ready? Shave from here all the way to my ankles. I slick on the way out.
Are you just a dolphin man walking around amongst the humans?
Well, you want to know what it is, really?
Do y'all hear my dogs?
Yeah. Have you ever gotten body hair trapped in a zipper?
Can't say that's ever happened.
So there you go.
That's fair.
It's fair. And that's also why I make jokes about body hair on stage, because I shave mine. So
I've never noticed body hair on stage.
No, I talk about it.
Does somebody actually shave on stage?
No, I made a joke
That's
about
gross.
armpit hair. And Molly came out there and she decided she was going to shove her armpit real close to my fucking face.
Smell it, you bastard.
No, and she's like, does that offend you? I'm like, what part?
I kept trying to make him touch it. He kept calling them armpit hamsters.
Well, he didn't want to run his fingers through your armpit here?
No, he didn't want to touch the hamster.
You hear that? Didn't want to touch the hamster.
Didn't want to touch
the one time
this
that
podcast
Molly
has been weird from
the minute Molly wanted me to touch her hamster, America, and I refused.
I hate what's happened
Turn
here.
her
I hate it.
Now, you know I have this forever in audio and video, so we will be cutting
Yeah,
and
we're gonna-
splicing that. Get her to sign that waiver before she gets
Yeah, we're gonna get
Oh,
her. It's
damn
just
it.
gonna be a cut that says flat out. Glenn tried to. Glenn wouldn't
Glenn to
touch
my...
That should be on her shirt. Glenn wouldn't touch my hamster.
Yeah.
And that's what's on it. Just
Oh Lord,
You kicking the guns, huh?
vape in hand and everything.
is that a vape?
It's a
Yeah,
vape.
it's a vape.
Oh wow.
I can't do the vape pens.
So, along with the weight loss, you've talked on stage several times about your sobriety.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm almost 7 months sober right
What?
now.
What?
Congratulations.
So
yeah,
what?
thank you.
You don't mind me asking, what was your poison?
Everything, mostly wine and Fireball, because I'm super classy. And Angry Orchard, I loved Angry Orchard.
Now that's
And
that's
tequila.
beer. Angry Orchard is right.
It's a hard
Hard
cider.
cider.
Okay, is Fireball a drink?
That's
mixed
cinnamon
drink or it's-
whiskey.
No, it's
Okay.
just sugar cinnamon whiskey.
That shit makes me
I think
throw
I've
up.
had
I
that.
can't do it.
It's so
High
bad.
proof.
But that was
No,
at
it
Noble.
tastes so good and you feel so refreshed, but the problem is after about 4 or 5 shots, you either get the sugar shits or you throw up.
Gotcha.
Sometimes
but not her.
both happen.
But not her.
I'm a trooper.
She's a trooper.
My bartender at Noble would call it Molly's trailer juice and pour it in a champagne flute for me. But now I just get club sodas if I go there to get food. So, you know,
You
a
can
little
have that
different now.
food delivered now. You know that, right?
You're damn right you can.
Mhm.
That's
So it was
my guy.
so it was alcohol mainly?
Yes.
You didn't traverse any other planes?
None
Maybe.
that I'm...
No,
Maybe
no.
not.
The reason I'm asking is my mother's a recovered alcoholic, but she was also an opioid addict. And so my childhood was wrought with adventure.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. I know how exciting it can be.
Yeah, but what's really funny is like my mother looks at So you remember the Joel thing that happened? And then
I remember the Joel thing.
and
Here, let's bring that up for everybody
we're
that
not
hasn't.
we're not going to do that again. But anyway, my point is in the comments when Anthony got up on his pedestal, and I love him to death, but he's like, Glenn, maybe you have a problem. And it was the first time that I decided to unleash the horses, and that's the first night I drank in like 9 months. And
it
so,
was.
yeah, so that was, but my point is my mother read the message between Anthony, and she's like, well, I want to find out what fucking meeting he goes to, because if you want to see a judgmental bitch, I got you judgmental. And I'm like, Mom, we're not ruining AA for everybody else.
Does your mom sound like that? Like
No.
you're,
My mother
old New Jersey,
no.
like
Hey, did you get Smart Pack? No, that's Boston. My bad.
my mother sounds like
Commercial gets me.
my mother talks like this constantly.
oh my, does she look like
Heavens
you?
to
Please tell
Betsy.
me.
Yes. Actually, she's done comedy. You've seen her. She's done one of your open mics, asshole.
Wait, when?
Yeah, like a year ago.
Was it when Tony was still hosting it?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why I don't remember. I was drinking a lot then.
Yeah, but my mom went up there and she's like, I want to try comedy. She used to be a singer, and my brother was actually a musician. And what's really funny is they did Metallica covers. So there you go.
It all comes full circle. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm not musically inclined. I can sing karaoke, and that's about. You know who
I
can
mean,
really
you're not
fucking sing?
comedically inclined either,
Oh, you
but we
kiss
keep you
my
around.
ass.
Man, thank you.
Do you
Right?
do
Someone
you,
had to say
do
it.
you
Yes.
know
No, I
who
appreciate
I
that.
watched do fucking karaoke, and it blew my fucking mind?
Who?
Tyler Blanchard,
What did he sing?
David Allen Coe, a lot of David Allen Coe.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
And what's that? You know, what's the song with the Chinese chicken? Da, 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 da.
Shiggity Chinese.
Yeah,
The
he
bare
can
naked
do.
ladies?
He can do the whole fucking thing,
That's beautiful.
and he's so fucking fast at it.
I respect that so much.
I have to piss.
My karaoke song lately has been Ba Wada Ba by Kid Rock. I think I'm really killing it.
The bang boogie or whatever.
Diggy said the boogie. I'm
Up
telling
jumps
you.
the boogie or woogie or shit. I don't know. Kid Rock.
Karaoke's definitely been different since I got sober, and I don't sing well, so I have to find things that I can yell and just work my way around it.
Yeah. So what else do you sing?
My go-tos are Ba With A Ba, Fergalicious, and Jump by Van Halen. So
might as well.
It's an eclectic mix,
Yeah.
you know. I keep it fresh. I could be in the mood for anything. I have it down.
I love it when you catch somebody, like, you hear a lot of people wanting to do that, oh, shit, I can't think of the name of this, No Diggity.
Oh,
that
that's
song
a
gets
jam.
played so much.
I did that one when I drank.
Yeah, I bet. Because that's every time I've ever seen anybody try to sing it, it's been when they were drunk.
Yep, and
they usually
never
stop.
good.
They usually stop part of the way through.
They realize it's way above.
Yeah. No, I've done karaoke once, but I can't remember what I sang, but it was probably some Eagles or something. Not Eagles, but Creedence or something like that.
Classic white boy stuff.
Yeah, that's all I can sing is something where I can rasp out. You know what I mean? Give me some
I feel
blues.
like I could do some Creedence. Thank you. Don't tell anyone I'm having a second soda.
We'll edit it out and post.
No, we won't. There's no such thing as post.
Yeah, they make cereal.
There's that.
Well, there's that. Welcome back, Glenn.
Thanks.
We missed you.
I pulled a Joey Diaz and had to piss mid-podcast.
You hold on there, cocksucker. I got to take a leak.
Man,
I gotta go drain the main vein.
He was literally on one not too long ago, and like it's like 3.5, 4, maybe 12 minutes in, and he's like, oh, I gotta pee now. He just fucking throws his shit. He's got to go.
I gotta go. He must have
Crucial.
shit too.
Favorite comedians? Who's your inspiration? I know you like Schumer.
My favorite right now, I love Eliza Schlesinger so much. I loved her on Last Comic Standing. I was just excited to see her win her season of Last Comic Standing. And then I kind of forgot about her, and I found Confirmed Kills on Netflix, which is actually her third Netflix special. And I just got obsessed with it. And she has 5 Netflix specials now, and I've watched them all at least twice. And there was a point, I'd been doing comedy whenever I rediscovered her, but I realized like her physical comedy and a lot of her delivery is so much of what I was striving to do. So like I try to take inspiration from her without just copying and pasting her in a way.
I've never checked her comedy out, but I love her in conversation. Like I see her on all the podcasts, and she's funny as fuck.
She's fucking great. I like Nikki Glazer
That's the other
a lot right now. I've always been huge on Tom Segura.
Oh yeah.
And I grew up with my dad like loving Jim Gaffigan and Brian Regan, and
Jim
both
Gaffigan.
of their last Netflix specials were like complete stinkers, which made
I
me
like
kinda
Jim
sad.
Gaffigan's last one.
See, it
I
didn't
did,
do it for
but
me.
I like Jim Gaffigan. I can listen to
love
Hot
that
Pocket
man.
every day.
Right, I grew up watching comedy with my dad, and it was so hard to find like comics that were clean enough that we could watch it together and it not be weird. So Jim Gaffigan was always a good one, and I grew up watching a lot of Mitch Hedberg. Everyone lists him in their favorites. I feel like I love him.
He's funny as fuck.
Are you a Mitch hater, Glenn?
I'm not a
hater. Are you
hater.
just hating on me for being basic?
No. I don't actually. I don't think that what you said is basic at all. I am just not a fan of one-liners.
But he's so. I mean, some people are just really good at that.
Like I was
style,
really
and I've gotta give
excited
it to him.
that they found that lost video, the last set he ever did. I was really super stoked. But I think what it was is I think that we get influenced by one thing or another, and I had an ex that just fucking ran Mitch Hedberg into the fucking ground.
Yup. It'd
Like-
be like that sometimes.
Who's the guy that
It wasn't worth it.
he sings a little bit, and he's got all sorts of weird ass jokes like that. I can't think of his fucking name off the top of my head now.
Well, let's see. There's Stephen Lynch. There's Bo Burnham.
No.
See,
Stephen Lynch is funny.
Have
though.
you ever see the thing
a
is
little bit special?
I like his one where he sings, "My name is Satan."
Yoo-hoo.
It's the greatest.
I know like every word to that song. I love him.
See, I love Patton Oswalt. I think Patton Oswalt in conversation, as far as interviews go, he is one of my favorite fucking people just to watch talk. Because I love that he is just this lovely, sweet, bitter troll of a human being. And
That is such a good description.
well, the thing that gets me, and I'm going to be honest with you, the thing that's really turning me off to a lot of comics is Twitter. Like, I love comics. And we get it. You hate Trump. We got it. We understand. But like right now, I've got 25 notifications, and it's Tom Segura, Bert, Patton Oswalt, and two of them are bitching about something I don't want to talk about. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess that's one of the parts of Twitter that I spend a lot of time reading. So we just have very different perceptions of that.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's always, oh no, look at what this motherfucker said now. And it's like, I've heard it from 5 other people before
I feel that.
You know, and that's about it. But I mean.
You a Trump hater?
Of course I'm a Trump hater. Have you seen me? Do I look like... These purple glasses look like let's go fight the patriarchy and cry.
Do you?
I know myself.
Now, how do you think that? Now look, you seem like a respectful person.
Oh no.
No, really.
Boys, hush.
No, you seem very respectful. I don't see you blatantly do. But Pelosi ripping the papers up behind his ears. I was just sitting there like, what are you, 3?
I'm convinced that was a stunt for and by the media.
Well, at the same time.
Well, have you seen all the stuff about the pre-rips and all that shit?
Yeah, but did you also see the part where Trump totally snubbed her when he went to, yeah, like, you didn't see a lot about that. You're like, look at her ripping the fucking paper. But you don't see the part where she reaches her hand out and he's like, no.
As if.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say, well, it's not customary for them to shake hands anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
I think
I was wondering
that's rude as shit. I don't care.
Well, I was wondering if that's why she ripped up the paperwork.
Well, see,
was because he snubbed her in the beginning.
See, that's what gets me is I don't really care what your political views are or who you hate or whatever, but rudeness just for the sake of it, really, like on his end, on her end, it's just like, y'all are both ancient. Get it the fuck together.
I think that's what this whole thing is doing. It's whether you're left, right, Republican, Democrat, up, down, whatever. It's shining a light on all of it.
Do you want to see
on all?
Do you want to see Molly's face?
Bullshit.
You ready?
Oh,
Molly?
no.
I'm a registered Democrat. Bam! You didn't.
Are you really?
Yes.
Glenn.
Been a registered Democrat forever.
Well, color me impressed. I'm a little bit proud.
Well, that's the last episode.
So you can go ahead and end this bullshit. We're at 46 fucking minutes. No, I'm kidding. I can give 2 shits.
No, but I'm just saying, I always think it's funny because people, but I just think that it's just crazy how shitty people are getting about all of it. Now, the funny shit, because I want to know your opinion on when Kobe crashed. What are your thoughts on the way Ari Shaffir handled that?
Remind me what Ari Shaffir's response was specifically.
He
seen
posted
a lot of
video where he was really happy that Kobe was gone.
Today.
See,
a rapist got what he deserved.
It's murky. It's tough because, like, I am kind of on the side of a rapist got what they deserve, but then, like, I acknowledge that, like, a woman just lost her husband and her daughter. And
right. And
there
other
were
people.
a lot of there were a lot of children who were minorities who had Kobe to look up to and make them feel represented and seen. And so, like, I'm not trying to say that doing sports ball real good, like, negates this fucked up thing you did, but I understand the mourning of a lot of people were bringing that argument in. I'm not wording this very well.
No, you're doing fine.
I just think it's such a gray area, and I think Ari Shaffir was a little bold making, like, such a black and white, like, this side of the fence.
Well,
like,
didn't he
this
do the
is how
same
I
thing
feel
with
about
Aretha
it
Franklin?
response. Like, that's something, like, I tweet all my thoughts, and I just haven't spoken on that because that's such a complicated area that I don't feel like is for me personally to figure out.
No. I'm talking. I think that he owned the internet. Is what I'm thinking. Is that was just a well-planned attack on. I mean, because there is no such thing as bad publicity. Like he did that, and people bought more tickets to go see him. Plain and simple. Regardless if they like him. The thing is, if you pay money to come boo me and scream at me and tell me how big a piece of shit I am, you still bought tickets. But I mean, here's the thing. The comic side of me read the first thing he posted and was like, oh man, this is humorous. He's just being funny. Then when the video came out to say that he was hacked and he's just digging himself further, I was like, oh, fuck me. This isn't as funny. Like,
Well, but didn't he do the same thing 2 or 3 other times with other people that died? Because I want to say he did it with Aretha Franklin and said like she gave everybody diabetes.
What?
Yeah, it's something that he's a shock comic.
Well, you know that you also know. I mean, he used to have a show. He used to have a show called The Amazing Racist. I mean, he's known for outlandish shock. Just,
I mean, drugged fucking Bert Kreischer for crying out loud.
Yeah, he got a lot of shit for that.
Yeah, but I mean, clearly he's in it for he goes for the shock laugh or the shock value, whatever, for whatever reason.
Well, see, I've heard you say it twice that the black and white of an argument, like.
Yeah, I don't see things in black and white very often, and I think people look for that way too often because I think everything's a fucking murky gray area. I don't know. That's always just been my personal opinion. That's all. Yeah.
I think there are certain things that are constant, but there's a lot. I agree with you. There is a lot.
Yeah, there's so much more that people are acting like.
Absolutely, 100%.
And again, I'm kind of with Ari on like, yeah, Ravis is dead.
Again, there's a gray area because some people
would
say that he wasn't.
About it because I'm not going to encroach on anybody's grief right now.
Right. No. I get that.
Yeah, I don't know shit about the details of it. I remember it was in like 2004. I remember they settled out of court, and then I hadn't thought about that shit until somebody said it after he died, and it was like, oh yeah, that's fucking right. Forgot all about that.
I was in Universal Studios when it happened, and me and some friends were waiting outside of a ride we had just gotten off of. And the guys in my friend group were talking about Kobe dying, and this man was booking it past us, like trying to get to a store or a ride or something as fast as he could. He was running, and he stopped and was like, "Did you guys say Kobe died?" And we watched this man find out and kind of lose his shit and just have to like, and pick himself back up before he kept running. We were like, okay, we can't talk about this in the park anymore.
Now, I wonder if that was, if he knew Kobe Bryant, like legitimately knew him and was, or if that's, can you imagine a total is there any total stranger that could die right now that you'd be that upset? Any actress, any comedian, anything like that is a complete stranger to you?
Crocodile Hunter. When he died, I was heartbroken.
Alan Rickman was mine. I teared up at that.
Oh, yeah. That was a hard one.
You know what? Thinking about it, when Alan Alda dies, I'm like...
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is you invest so much into it. Like, even though he wasn't a perfect person, what was his name? Carroll O'Connor? He was Archie Bunker.
Okay.
But I remember...
To the moon!
No, that's the Honeymooners.
What's that guy's name?
That guy's name is...
Archie Gunker.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah,
I knew I was close.
Right?
But no, my point is when you invest that much time and you have, like, good memories and you know, like, you know...
And it's and like it is a little weird to like.
It's like how Molly's fans would be if anything happened to her.
Oh, please,
she broke a nail.
Much.
Oh my god.
No, I'm telling you right now, these motherfuckers right here, they will fucking get you.
I'm #blessed. No,
you are. They're awesome people. Don't get me wrong. I will not besmirch
we love them. Y'all are great folks. We love them.
But as a performer,
just like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate that.
As a performer, they scare the living fuck out of me. Because
gang
more people who are on like they're like Molly's like Robin Hood's men, you know, in tights.
So I have absolutely nothing to worry about because I don't fuck with you.
Exactly.
Like
there was a very small list of people who didn't, and Mickey Moses fucked his clean record up. Because it was like one of his last open mics he was going to be at, and I've always thanked him for not talking about my boobs or my butt on stage and not making gross jokes about me. So then one of his last open mics before he left Shreveport, he decided to do crowd work, and he was getting everybody and roasting them, and he gets to me and goes, "Molly, we've had sex. Okay, moving on." It was like not even funny, and we didn't. And I was just like,
I was about to say, please tell me you didn't.
Such a clean. Come on, I have some standards. They're not high, but the bar isn't all the way on the floor.
I mean, I was about to say, you like a man with a chin, right? Like,
yeah.
like, I mean, I was just wondering. I mean, bone structure's important, Molly. Don't set the bar so fucking low.
Well, any other human that can make me look tan just freaks me out a little. I don't know.
That's funny. Where is Mickey? Is he going?
Mickey went to fucking, I think, Minot, North Dakota.
That sounds right. We're going to go with that.
Well, no, the thing is like, people don't understand that, like, roasting is an art.
Yeah, not everyone is equipped for it.
And the thing is I don't think I've never made jokes where me and you have sex. or me and you have done. I will make observations, but I will also tear myself apart in the process. It's not just, oh, well, Molly is this and I'm a shining gold star. It's you have to do it with, it's got to be fun.
With roasting, it helps if it's true too, right?
No.
I would think the truth, but exaggerated.
That's what I mean. Like,
well, the problem with the truth is you have to be real funny if you're going to be honest.
That's very true. Damn.
Because you don't want to hit, like, for instance, when Molly was going through your breakup, or two,
or three,
or how many? You gave the deuces.
Yeah.
My point is, I didn't just railroad you on that because that's actual pain.
Right.
You know, like
it's
I can see that. You can see it on her face that, you know, and it's like I had a little issue and I walked up to her and I said, look, tonight's just not the night to fuck with me. Please don't. I'm just not in any place to accept that. And Molly, no, professional courtesy. Molly was like, it was the nicest intro I have. And here comes Glenn. That's the best intro. Oh, I broke my Bears curse.
I figured it.
You should go through personal crisis more often. I'll start giving you nice intros for each one.
Each one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't want to keep going through them. They're not fun. But no, my point is roasting in particular. It's trying to, like, I got off the stage and I was talking with a few of the comics at that show, and like Johnny doesn't do that. Johnny doesn't come up and A, give you kudos, B, ask you how you did what you did. Or you know, he's not looking for tips. Johnny does Johnny. The other, you got to teach me how to do crowd work, and I'm like, crowd work is something you know how to do. That's you learn how to get better at it.
Right.
Who asked you that? Did I? I didn't ask you.
No. I said you don't do that.
I thought you were saying I
there
asked.
There were other
I was
comics at the show that did. And they're like, how do you do? I just want to. And how do you roast people? Well, first of all, that was my defense mechanism when I was bullied. Was they don't typically hit the guy that's real fucking funny. They don't beat his ass because we keep the funny guy around. So it was really simple to find everybody else's flaws to take the attention off of mine.
Right. No, it's a strategy. I respect that.
You know,
absolutely.
It was a self-preservation tool. But my point is it's a gift, and you either have it or you don't. And these people that try to, like, because the thing is like that guy. It was mean. It's not, you don't know her. Like, the thing is, if I say...
You're not fam.
No. And they're like, whenever that Joel thing happened, I'm not going to lie to you, my favorite thing that went down about that was Prelo going, we are all a family in comedy, and family business doesn't need to be discussed out in the open. Like, he's like...
I love Prelo.
He's like, family shit needs to stay in the family. And, I mean, that's why I always think that whenever somebody thinks that I have beef with somebody... And I don't. Because, I mean, like, seldom. There's a few people that I'm not fond of, but they'll never know it.
I mean, you've told me more than once.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but they'll never know it.
Oh, they
I'm
will.
missing all the hot goss.
Oh, well, after the
we
show,
fucking
I'm
hate each other. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing the passcode to his key fob so he can't get back in, but I just haven't done it yet.
So Disney was awesome?
Yeah, Disney on Ice, was it?
Not on ice. Disney was the coolest thing I've ever done, honestly. I geeked out so hard the whole time I was there. And I was there for a very long time. So
My
it was
favorite
a lot of
part
geeking out.
about watching your updates and your posts where you just watch you get progressively tired. Like, progressively more and more exhausted. You're just like that. Disney is sucking the fucking life out of her.
Was this your first time ever going?
I went once when I was 6, but I didn't remember it super well. So this was my first time going as a big kid.
Man, my wife and my daughter went last year before last. I think it was year before last. And we got to surprise my daughter because she didn't know.
Oh, that's awesome.
We had told her, like, me and my oldest were going to a Taekwondo thing in Birmingham, Alabama. And we had told my daughter that her and Mama were going up to Arkansas to just go for a shopping spree and to get their nails done and shit. And so that way we could pack everything up and nobody would question anything. Put my youngest with one of the grandmas, drove to the airport and told her at the airport. I've got it all on video and shit. She thought we were going to pick up a rent-a-car or something. I don't remember what we had told her. But we got to the airport And I told her in the airport, I mean, it's one of the best moments, and they had a fucking blast. They loved
awesome.
it. Yeah. I mean,
was seeing their faces the best feeling.
Yeah, well, one of the best things was my wife told me about a very pitiful moment. You were talking about being tired is what made me think of all this. Is my daughter was exhausted and hungry. So they stopped and got her some popcorn, and she had knocked it over. Well, they were trying to get to another ride. They had the Fast Pass.
The Fast Pass, yeah.
So they had to get to another ride for a certain time because they had this Fast Pass. My wife was like, well, when we get done with this ride, we're going right now. We'll get you some more popcorn. My daughter was like, cool. So they get done with the ride, and they sit down with a new thing of popcorn. His sister does something and knocks it over. Poor thing.
So that was like $30 worth of popcorn.
She could never get her popcorn shit straight, man. She kept knocking that shit over.
And shit ain't cheap there. That was a lot of popcorn gone.
Well, fuck, that sucks. She didn't tell me how much it cost every time she kicked it over. But
that's funny.
But they had a blast. They loved it. So that's cool. I'm sure you and my daughter would have a great conversation about it.
I saw that your pants garnered a lot of attention.
My ripped up jeans with the suspenders on them.
Yeah. Like I noticed that they're going to end up getting their own Twitter feed. Like
your ripped up pants with suspenders on them?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Like
I posted a picture from inside the Millennium Falcon. I was a terrible pilot, by the way. I didn't do a lot for the stereotypes about women driving, but I had a great time. We crashed a few times, but we made it.
That's all that counts, I guess.
But no, some friends of mine just got married right before we left for Disney, and I was the officiant for their wedding. And then they went to Disney for their honeymoon because that's where they got engaged, but they each invited 3 friends to go with them. So it was like a group honeymoon.
Nice.
It was awesome. And I would tell people that, like, I was going on my friend's honeymoon with them, and I'd get a lot of raised eyebrows, so I'd have to explain every time that it was, like, most of the bridal party, so it didn't seem like some weird Three's Company type vacation thing.
Well, no, he's Mormon. We both married.
I had a friend of mine officiate my wedding. That was awesome. I thought it was the coolest thing. Like, if anybody ever asked me to do that, I would gladly do that.
Oh, I was pitiful. I wrote this, like, beautiful, like, fun, lighthearted ceremony, and I was all excited to do it. And we were standing there, and she starts coming down the aisle, and he looks at her and starts crying. And I watch him, like, get it together. And he tries to look back up at her and starts crying again. And it just kept... So I lose it and I start crying, obviously, because I'll cry at anything. So the whole ceremony, I'm, like, shaking. And I'm like, thank you for being here to celebrate. And it was super awkward and tense until I asked him, like, oh, do you take Rachel to be your wife? And he did this Bill Clinton impression that we've done for, like, the past 10 years. He got in the microphone and just went, yes, and broke all the tension. And I was so glad because I had made the whole room cry, and it was very tense and emotional.
That's great.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Whenever, like, so she comes walking down the aisle, and I get these big tears in my eyes. I'm like, I don't show emotion, you know.
Glenn doesn't do that.
We don't do that. And I hadn't been drinking.
No crying in baseball.
Anyway, so the minute any tears come up, my friend, who's been my friend for 15 years, all of a sudden he's like, nope.
Yup.
Nope.
He gets everybody.
And then, like, my sister-in-law's looking at me. And, of course, my mother, she ugly cries. So it was weird. It was a weird moment.
Yeah, I was trying to not ugly cry during the vows, but I was just
the worst part about
struggling.
In the vows that we were reading, basically she double downed. And we had to keep repeating just a different worded vow of the same vow. And there's part of it, like, we're like 10 minutes into this shit.
Oh, God.
And you just hear me go, are we saying this again? And she's like, I like this one. I'm like, how many fucking sets did you like?
That's the most Glenn thing I've ever heard.
Are we continuing this?
It was ridiculous.
Still?
Yeah, it was. Oh,
get on with it.
I mean, we got married in the Moose Lodge, guys.
I got married in my grandmother's living room. Justice of the Peace and Blanchard.
We need to go on a cruise. That's all I'm saying.
Group cruise.
Well, not together, Molly. I wasn't going to say we need to share a room or
no. No, but my brain said group cruise. All the comedians in the group chat. Wait, you're not in the group chat. You don't get to go on the cruise.
Do you want to know why I got off of that?
Yeah.
I will flat out tell you, I got sick and tired of these fucking newbies that were just talking shit about people for no good fucking reason.
No, it was getting messy in there when you left. I figured the two were related.
Well, no, I mean, they're just like, well, this guy's garbage. He doesn't show it. It's like, but here's my biggest beef with that, and I promise you, if you're not making money doing it, shut the fuck up. Do not shit on somebody. We did that. They did that when I first got into comedy. They were talking about how much they hated fucking Bill Engvall. I hate him. Bill Engvall's wiping his ass with $100 bills, living the dream that we're all aspiring to. He chose a different route. He can be played on the radio. He can be played at churches. He can be anywhere he wants to because he does clean.
Right.
But that was why they didn't like it. Well, I can't stand a clean comedian. Why? Like, we're all in it together. I don't care what style you do. I don't care what style you do. We're in it together. Now, there are some jokes that I cannot say for myself. But if I write down what I consider a good one, I'm like, hey, Molly, look, you should try this, like what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
I can't use that line, ever. But, I mean, that's what, like, me and David Allen, we used to sit and we would write jokes for each other, and there was more camaraderie between comedians where it's like, well, this would be really great for Johnny. He's a dad. I'm not a dad. Because I can't get up there and talk about my kids that don't fucking exist.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie to you.
If you do, you have to make it your whole thing.
Yeah, and if you do,
Stick
like,
to it
nephews,
for the
it's
next
weird.
years.
I talk about my kids that don't exist. You know my whole abortion joke thing? Is that
That's it.
Is that too much? Is
No,
that
no.
30?
You guys are such a cute couple. I love
you so
watching the
much.
glances y'all shoot each other and just...
Well, I have to know when I say I have to pay attention to him so I can bounce the camera back and forth on
Do
him.
you guys tuck each other in at night?
No.
Actually, you know what's funny is we only talk to each other during the podcast.
That's it. That's why it's... We
don't talk during the week.
And when we text, it's very short to one another. It's just like,
my
copy.
text today to you was
6 o'clock
6
tonight.
o'clock tonight.
And I was like, copy.
You said 2 words, like something like
Copy that.
something. Maybe
That was
maybe
it.
That's what it was. Yeah,
He knew it was 2.
yeah. I just remember there being 2 words on text message because I
Well-
don't even think I opened it up.
Well,
I think
he
I
did.
Just looked
He
at
did
it as
try.
It came in.
I see. I live in Keithville, and I get terrible reception. So you can send me a text message, and I'll never fucking get it, or I'll get it like 8 hours after you sent it. Well, if my phone goes off at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "Hey, this something podcast, we got to do this." I'm like, I'm not texting him back at 2 o'clock in the morning for this. He's like, why don't you ever, he didn't say it. He was just like, you don't respond.
Why don't you text me? Because you never fucking respond.
Yeah, like, now if you mess it, but he doesn't use Messenger, which I have Wi-Fi, which would be convenient, but.
You don't have an iPhone, do you?
No.
Ah.
I'm all about Samsung.
Ew.
I've got like an $80 Walmart phone right now, so I can't relate to either of y'all.
You know what's really funny is with comedy, and I really think that you and Johnny could agree, because we were always talking about bettering the scene in Shreveport. It's little things. Like, I designed my new cards, so and I wanted one of my headshots to be on the fucking, and I've got metallic because I got to be extra and shit. And on the back it's got all of my social media and shit. Well, Scooby sends me a message. He's like, Glenn, he's like, God, I want to get some cards. Well, he might have said that he doesn't have a shitload of money right now. And I was like, well, I got him. Just call it an investment. Like, it's $23 fucking dollars. I'm not worried about it. Plus we can just reorder them anytime. But I like the idea of putting our face on them. I'll show you them whenever we're done. But it's really, I think that if we built a scene where it doesn't matter if you're a girl, I'm a guy, he's black, I'm white, it doesn't matter. It's comedy. And I think that if we had more shows where people could show up and it's 3 or 4 or 5 different comics doing different styles, where it's not just, oh, well, it was redneck comedy hour or black comedy hour or
Right.
millennial comedy hour.
Blended up so it can't be picked apart like that.
Well, you typically pick a diverse run.
Yeah, I try to, and it's easy with the tight group of comics we have. I feel like we're inclusive. You get to see something other than just white guys. No offense to y'all.
None taken.
But
I'm a white guy. I don't take offense to much.
you're right. Thank you. But comedy's pretty heavily white and male, so I like that Shreveport comics, we have a little bit of a mix, not as much as I would like, but...
And that's what I was saying earlier, is that it's been common that comedy's always been considered like this boys' club.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Because there was a girl in California, her name is Jessie Milestone, great lady, but we were sitting there and she was telling me that she had these great jokes she wanted to tell, but she knew she couldn't get away with them because she didn't have a dick. And we're at the Comedy Store. I'm like, fucking do it. It's the Comedy Store. Be funny. Well, she went up there. Both of them hit deader than shit. And the only noise you heard was me laughing because they were hilarious. But they were super fucked up. and super wonderful. And she's right. If she would have had a penis,
it would have landed the whole room.
Yeah,
of course.
Which I don't get that, because like I said,
we are held to a different standard. Where if we talk about our sex lives or anything, we're ridiculed for it.
I don't like the fact that they always say no matter what joke you do about your body, whether you're talking about your boobs, your butt, the way pants fit, they always translate it when they leave to, well, I just can't listen to any more stuff about periods. And I'm like, she didn't even fucking mention her period.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, that fucking pisses me off. I'm like, I didn't hear one menstruation joke. Like, not to mention, you're a married man. How long have you been married? 35 years. So PMS is not a new thing you've dealt with.
Right. Your brain isn't clouded by all this new information.
You can walk out to the garage with your boys over some beers and say something like,
"Wife's on her fucking period, being
wife's on a rag, being a bitch again. 7 days of hell." And then,
and flows in town.
Of course, my favorite one is you can't trust them because the only thing that they know that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die is a vampire. I heard that in the shop the other day. But
I heard that when I was like 7 from my grandfather.
No, I know. It's one of my old
Thanks,
uncles.
I didn't learn much from him.
But I'm just saying that it is a bias, because I can get up there and make a fucking PMS joke and they won't say shit.
Right.
And I hate that. So if you like, ugh,
I think a personal favorite of mine has been like putting on a really good show that I produced and was in charge of. And there have been a couple times where something along the lines of this has happened, but I remember getting off the stage after a really good show at Bears when I was first starting out, and some guy had driven in from Longview to see the show, and he stopped me just to say, "Well, darling, this was such a good show, and I loved seeing it, and you know why it works? You know why this whole show worked out, and why you brought a good crowd? Because you're pretty." And that just pissed me off because I busted my ass for that show. And like, I don't know, that's such a thing we're held to. Like, if we're hot on stage, we're too hot, and we're being sexual even if we're not. And if we're ugly on stage, then you're just written off as like a butch comedian, and for some reason that's a bad thing. And yeah, if you're pretty on stage, that's all you are.
I think funny's funny, and not funny is not funny.
Right.
And that's, I don't give a fuck who it's coming out of.
I think we're phasing out the biggest demographic that thinks that way. Just, according to the timeline, when people die off, all that good stuff. If we're being optimistic here.
She's talking about
it could have been that. It could have been that old man's.
Boomer.
It could have been that old man's attempt at trying to be flattering and be complimentary, and he just didn't know how to do it.
Right. It's just a shitty type of flattery.
It was the long way around of saying that you're pretty, and that's how he had to say it.
I just put on this whole ass comedy show, though. The word funny should not be that far from your brain.
Well, I'm just saying, like, some people are stupid as fuck.
Oh yeah, they are, and I think we're losing a lot of those. I mean, stupid's gonna find its way into the gene pool, but
clearly,
there's all different brands of stupid.
Well, I think that and it's not to the same level. It's really not, but it's like there's certain comedy shows that are, depending on the color of your skin, they act a certain way and they produce jokes in the same way, and it's what I'm saying is it's all either it's okay, this is what's made money before, and so they stick with it, and that's white, black, green, yellow, purple, whatever. The problem that I have is, like, when I was big, I didn't make a lot of fat jokes. I just didn't care for it. I would make some in reference, but it was never derogatory towards my size. It was never like self-deprecating. I always talked about me strutting like I was big shit, And the fact that people were like, "Oh, well, that's ridiculous." That's what they thought was funny, is this guy can't be that fucking confident. And that's what they found humorous about it. And then when you get and when you go over to California and you get on stage and they label you as a Southern comedian, well, then every person there that's not, Opal is like, this guy's a fucking racist. Instantly. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I haven't even said anything yet. Like,
I haven't even been racist yet, sir.
I mean, I actually remember several times I've been asked, "Do you mind featuring for a woman?" Why? Is she funny? That's all I give a fuck.
Right. Like, why are you still asking that question?
Yeah, my question would have been, are you paying?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Well, it's like my dad. My dad always cracks me up because my demographic is black and gay. That's who loves me the most. It's never white. But Dad goes, "I can't believe you don't." He's worried because he's like, you're the only white guy in a room full of black people. I'm like, yeah, but their money's still green, Dad. Like, and that's what it's about, right?
When it comes to money, I take the Samuel L. Jackson approach. They asked him, when you decided to do Snakes on a Plane, did you read the script first? He said, let me tell you motherfuckers one thing about me. I don't fucking read scripts. I read checks.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exhibit A, Snakes on a Plane.
I just think that it's fucked
How much
up.
you paying?
I just
I'll
think
feature.
I just think it's fucked up
Right?
whenever, that this entire thing is, and I think it's a lot with the social media and everything is just so fucking, it's dumb based, a lot of it. I like this. I hate you. You stink. You're worse. You're terrible. When I think we miss a lot of the good, is what I'm saying.
I like watching what's happening to comedy right now, though. Like, I keep up with every special that gets added to Netflix, and I watch as many new specials as I can, and comedy has had the freedom lately to get a lot more queer and a lot more feminine and a whole lot of other things. There's a whole series on Netflix right now called Comedians of the World, and each section is a different continent. And it's got people watching stand-up with subtitles on because someone's speaking German, but it's really cool. And, like, people have taken a lot more freedom with the Netflix specials they create and when they cut away from the stage to do other things. And Mike Birbiglia just put out a special where he covered the stage and all that, those baby toys and shit. And I don't know, people are treating stand-up more. I think stand-up got really extra popular again in the past 10 years, and now people are, like, jazzing it up in its own way. And people can add whatever they want to specials without feeling like Carrot Top doing prop comedy. And so
I think it's just gotten so much more exposure than it has ever been able to get.
It has, and so people are treating it as an art form and putting more of their own spin on it. And I think comedy's been very inclusive, and it's progressed a lot. And so I see the comedy industry hopefully progressing in that same direction.
Yeah, if you got the balls to put it out, it's going to be for somebody.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I'm so super stoked that Dave Chappelle's putting this war on against political correctness. Like, I believe it had...
I thought those jokes were really low effort regardless of political correctness.
Which ones?
On his newest special that was so controversial, Sticks and Stones.
And
that was the one that got everybody
I've watched.
Oh.
But I just, it's one of those things where I didn't find it controversial, so I'm not sure what the joke was. But I do remember watching. I do remember people getting upset about it, but I can't think about what it was.
What I'm saying is, like, for someone like me that enjoys pushing envelopes, I'm glad that there is because the thing is I can't stress it. A lot of jokes aren't written you've written jokes about things and people, and it's never malice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's never from a dark place.
Except for that opener you did that one night about how you wouldn't fuck everybody, right? You hated everybody that you were talking about. That
well,
was.
I had to make a
I
point.
didn't feel like she hated me at all. I think she just said, look, I have weird standards that don't involve good-looking men, and that's fine.
That's exactly, and I give that spiel to a lot of men that I meet, and they get it,
I get it that she, as a 9, did not want to fuck around with a 12. I understand. Molly, I get it. I respect you. Thank you.
What universe are you in that you're a 12?
Mine.
Okay. Sounds fun there for you. I hope you're having a great time.
I do need to point out that the shit's getting deep in here, so I don't want to have this rug cleaned again.
It's a good thing that you're so buoyant.
Oh, is that a fat joke?
Nope.
Oh.
It's a buoyant joke.
Just don't
meaning you float.
Buoyancy humor.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was just going to tell him not to stand in the wind, but that's okay.
So stand in the wind.
Yeah, be careful with the wind.
When you're pissing?
No. We'll talk later. It'll hit you on the ride home.
Oh,
So anyway,
God.
Episode what?
30. Molly, you've been lovely. Thank
You have
so
been.
much.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for having me on and letting me ramble about a bunch of random shit and my Disney trip and my comedy journey.
You should always come back.
Man, you should come back whenever you like.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love to have you. You're welcome here anytime.
I'll just keep coming back for the free Dr. Peppers. So.
That's fine. I usually keep stuff in the refrigerator. If you let me know you're coming, I'll make sure they're there.
Excellent.
Bam.
There you go. So what you got coming? You want to tell the people anything?
The upcoming awesomeness.
Right now, I'm working on booking with a few new locations. I don't have a ton set in stone yet, but I'm talking to the Shreveport Aquarium about kind of a themed comedy night, which is going to require a lot of niche joke writing from whoever ends up being booked on this show. I don't know a lot of details yet. So I'm working on something with the aquarium. I'm I have an open mic coming up at Bears on the 17th. You know, we do the third Monday of every month.
I will be at that one. I promise.
Did you go to
holding you
Barcord?
that.
Hold me to that. I did not go to Barcord. It was
I had
my
to work
wife's
late that
birthday,
night.
and I did not think about it whenever
Can
he
I ask a
first
question? What
texted
time
me.
does it start?
9.
Like 9.
Okay, so somebody, remember Aiden was here and he's like, I think it starts, so everybody gets there about 8. Well, I got home at 7:45 and I'm like, fuck, I couldn't make it. So I just stayed
No,
home.
it definitely kicks off later than that. I heard it was a good one this last time.
I heard it was too. I reached out to Tristan. Because I do this when I don't make it. I try to let you guys know I'm sorry, and I'm not going to make it. You know.
Well, I'm holding you to
Yeah,
this
my
next
sister
one.
will be here too. She wants to, so I will make sure.
Dope.
Yeah, I will
Well, yeah,
have
I've
to
got
be
that
there.
open mic
Yeah.
coming up. I'm working on stuff with the aquarium. I'm working on that Mad Libs theater show with Bears. And I have a few other venues in town, some that we've been to before that I'm just kind of working out. I didn't book a lot of shows in 2019. I stayed booking shows in 2018, and I'm trying to get back to that pattern. So there's
Awesome.
going to be a lot more announced soon.
A lot of Molly coming your way.
And that's on my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. I post everything everywhere. So
And what are those?
on Facebook, I'm just Molly Hiers. On Instagram, I'm Molly's Chambers, all one word, no punctuation. And on Twitter, I'm Molly Wood, like WOULD with an underscore. Or you can find me as Meth Lab for Cutie.
Meth Lab for Cutie. All right. What about you, tough guy? Hold on. Let me tell everybody what I've got coming. So what you got?
February 15th, I'll be in Domo, downtown Monroe.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'll be doing...
Did you get your tetanus shot?
I've never touched anybody there, so
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
You good?
But we're doing this thing. They have this wonderful place called Carlos Tapas and Tequila. Tacos, tapas, something. It's wonderful. It's a lovely place. Guy's name is Mario. Bartender's name is Mario, too. No relation. Wonderful
Mario
people.
also?
Yeah.
Mario
Okay.
2.
All right.
The Reckoning.
All right.
Reckoning.
Electric Boogaloo.
Ooh, you right.
Electric Boogaloo. That made me giggle. Anyway, and then the 28th, 27th, 22nd. 22nd, I will be in Lafayette for the Stoned versus Drunk versus Sober. It's a competition-like show where you get 2 comics per team. 2 comics are stoned, 2 comics are drunk, and 2 comics are sober. And I'm on Team Sober, and David Allen is on Team Drunk.
That sounds fantastic.
Hey, if you want to ride down there with us, Molly, you're more than welcome to. It's Saturday, and
You said the 22nd?
the 22nd, and we're gonna fucking. Hopefully, I'm really looking forward to bringing Sober home. I want it because I don't. It's
Do us all justice, Glenn.
well, no. The thing was, he's like, "What team do you want to be on?" I'm like, "Well, if I don't have a hotel room, I'm gonna have to be Team Sober, because I'm gonna drive back." I said, "If I have a hotel room, I'll start drinking at fucking 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'll make sure that I'm adequate."
Oh, I'd love to watch Glenn on Team Drunk.
Team Drunk. You've already seen that.
Yeah, I can pull that up right now.
No, we're not gonna- that's
Joel
it.
Joel Roberts has a video of that.
You're
Thank
damn
y'all
right.
so much.
Thank you, guys.
Fucking notifications. Hit that bell, like, subscribe, comment on how much you like us. And if you want to see Molly come back, let's do that.
Yep.
We're going to have her back. I'm going to tell you right now, whoever sent me the message, and I'm not going to name any names, that told me you didn't like one of our guests, I'm going to make it perfectly fucking clear. I will have anybody on this fucking show regardless if you like them. So go fuck yourselves. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
Whoa. Hey, no.
Woo!
What he meant to say was consume feces and expire, you piece of shit.
Beautiful.
My podcast is Man Cave. We do what the fuck we want.
That's
we love
right.
y'all, but understand that. No apologies here.
We love y'all. Comment, but if you comment and I don't fucking like it, I swear to God, I'm going to rip a fucking apart. I swear to God. Oh, sorry.
And we're going to sick Molly on you.
We're fans.
She's so fucking aggressive.
I'm pretty intimidating.
All right. I think I'm scared to the point where I have to end this.
End it.
It's done.
All right.